A warm welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about pollution. Isn't it funny that we are destroying our own ecosystem, the ecosystem that supports us? And I'm going so far to say this is only a reflection of the inside of us, because we are polluting our bodies, our emotional state, our mind with a lot of negativity. With a lot of harmful stuff. We battle ourselves. So ask yourself, am I polluting myself? And don't try to answer it with your analytical mind, but simply watch. Simply observe for some time, for a week to 1 month. Where am I polluting myself? And you will most likely see a lot of areas where you do that. It's different for every person. However, we all do this to some extent. So therefore, we are allowed to understand now that this pollution can end. But not by battling it, because battling it is polluting yourself again. The battle between you and you is allowed to end. We are now ready. We are now ready to stop the battle. We are now ready to embrace ourselves just as we are. And to love ourselves as we are, with all our faults, with our shortcomings, and with the things we have done so-called wrong in our lives. The whole thing, everything. Forgive yourself for everything today. And you will see how your body soon eases up. Give it a little bit of time. Don't be too hasty in this procedure. You've punished yourself for so many years. So it takes a little bit of time until your system, your body, trusts you again. Give it that time and it will respond. It will respond with a lot of ease, with a lot of joy, with a lot of emotions, most likely with a lot of tears, because you have suppressed your feelings, your thoughts, whatever, your certain circumstances, whatever you have depressed, I don't know, for so long that the healing process will bring about a lot of tears. So if you find yourself in the process of self-love, self-acceptance, and you cry a lot, then you know that you are healing. Don't judge yourself for that. In the beginning, it's pretty uncomfortable, unknown to cry. Because we are so used to depressing all of our emotions, all of our feelings, and that we feel very uncomfortable with expressing love or expressing weakness, expressing pain. We're always on the run from these, or try to battle it, to depress it. And what happens then? All this junk is accumulating inside of ourselves. And that's the reflection of pollution. So pollution is a reflection of that. Because all the trash on this planet is actually not trash at all. Because it's from this planet. It came from somewhere. All this plastic and all the other junk, these are atoms from this earth. So it's not junk at all. It's simply accumulated in an unfavorable way. If we would recycle it, it wouldn't be that bad anymore. But we have so long disregarded all this trash, junk, that it has accumulated in the oceans. And equally, we've disregarded our feelings. And therefore, they've accumulated in our bodies. And they're causing a lot of disharmony, a lot of problems, as the disregarded plastic on this planet and all the other junk. So you see, if we clear our emotional state, if we come to a place of acceptance with all these feelings, they can begin to flow again. And soon enough, we will be ready to recycle them. As we are able to recycle all the other trash on this planet. Because it's simply stuff. It's simply stuff from this planet. As this human body is stuff. Only in another form. But it's stuff that has accumulated and built in a human being. You now can see a human being, but actually this is star stuff. And also, this what we call junk is star stuff. So it's not bad. It can be transformed in other stuff. As this body will be soon transformed in other stuff. This is the flow of life. Everything is fluid. Everything changes all the time. So pollution is not to be battled. Pollution is to be first perceived, observed, then accepted, and then to be transformed. And these steps will come about very natural if we take the first step to simply see it and say, okay, hey, without judgment, very important. Let's for a moment don't judge ourselves for having polluted ourselves and this planet. Simply see and say, hey, okay, well, ha! This is how it feels if I pollute myself. Funny feeling, not very comfortable. Painful, pretty painful, but also an experience. Life wanted to also experience that. So let's do this. Let's do this together, see it for what it is, perceive it, feel it. This is how it feels to pollute myself. Then accept it. Acceptance will come about naturally if you just perceive it for some time without disregarding it, running away from it, or fighting it, just perceiving. Then acceptance will flow in naturally, and from this place of acceptance there will come a lot of energy. God will provide a lot of energy. Life will provide a lot of energy. Very important, you can really insert everything you want for the word God, like life, source, universe, you name it, you can call it however you want. Take the one you most feel comfortable with, because that's important. Always choose the things you feel comfortable with, you like. They may change. And so does life. It's always changing. So sometimes I say God, sometimes life, sometimes source, sometimes universe. These are only words, not to be taken too serious. It all points to place within ourselves, the underlying space that enables all these beautiful experiences. So God, life, source, however you want to call it, wanted to also experience that. And if you let it happen, if you simply let it experience what it wanted to experience, not resist, then there will flow in a lot of power to transform that. Because it has served well. We have now experienced it, perfect, we can go on. We can go on, we are allowed now to transcend this and ascend to a much more comfortable place where we are so harsh to ourselves, where we love ourselves, where we are compassionate with ourselves. I'm telling you, if you love yourself, you will love others. If you hate yourself, you will hate others. If you are compassionate with yourself, you will be compassionate with others. If you judge yourself, you will judge others. So let's begin with being more kind to ourselves, loving ourselves, and perceiving all the suffering we have created. We don't need to get rid of it. It will happen by itself. Also, pollution will then cease to exist. And thanking you for listening to this video. Please do me a favor and also thank yourself for having spent this time with me. And thank yourself more often for things. Don't thank yourself only for that, but also for all the other things and experiences that you collect in this life. I love you all. Have an uplifted day.